Good morning or afternoon, depending on what the case may be when you're watching this video. Welcome to the Insight School of Colorado, K-12 middle school and high school. Our school is from 6th grade to 12th grade, in case you didn't know that. Welcome to the 2014-2015 school year. This presentation will hopefully help you get started. You will be receiving this when you've got your course placement call, you're waiting for your supplies, you are waiting for your course access, and you want to know, so what's next? So hopefully this video will give you that and some expectations of you as an online student. I think it's very important to know who is presenting. You will find a lot of your live sessions you will have the teacher on webcam, or you'll be able to see who's presenting. So I just want to make sure that you have a face with a presenter today. My name is Kimber Podsetic. I was a high school advisor for another online school for 7 years, and so my students named me K-Pod, so that's kind of sometimes I will sign that way. I am Operations Manager for Insight School of Colorado, or ISCO. I come from, this is my 8th year, going on 9 actually, in the online schooling environment. So let's get started. I want to make sure you know what the support looks like as an online student. You will be assigned a teacher. If you're a SPED teacher, you will have a SPED teacher as well. You also have your administration, so you have your principal and your assistant principal at Insight. You will have a counselor assigned to you within the first week, and those should be coming out within that first week. I couldn't resist not putting Lisi up there for the counseling help. And we'll go over kind of what they help with. You've also got your parent, guardian, or mentor. That is super important in online school to help you get started, maybe make your schedule, help with time management. They're also want to be communicating with teachers. So you've got all of this support, right? So we just want to make sure that you know how your school looks as far as support. All right, so how many of you have been to the isco.k12start.com? I can't see you raise your hand, and I can't see your head nod, but hopefully you've been to the K-12 Secret of Success or the K-12 Start site. This is a really good site, you guys, to be able to get started. If you can see on the left hand side, you will see some of the events that have been happening this year. We had a back to school swimming bash on the 11th, face-to-face enrollment, so you have your events there. But the big thing for you guys to get started, you see the orientation, or you see the welcome to Insight School, and then right underneath that are orientation videos. There's some great videos where you can see, maybe you can see in this recording, right there it says setting up your account. That will help you get your mentor, parent account, and your student account, okay? So they have some great videos. You can also, on the top left, it says get started. You can go there as well. I don't know if you can see my pointer. You should be able to. Right here is a good place to get all of those videos, okay? So make sure that while you wait to get your courses or your materials, whatever the case may be, check this out, okay? You also will have online, so here is what is in the Get Started area. You've got Log into School. It teaches you how to log into school. It shows you how to set up your student account. Check your K-mail, and we'll kind of go over that a little bit more in the presentation. Attend a Class Connect session. That will be a live session that you have with your teachers, your counselors. At the beginning, when we started on August 14th, we had a big welcome assembly, which was in a Class Connect session, and you will have a recording available in the email that goes out with this video. And choosing your workspace and get set up. So that is all in that Get Started area. So make sure you visit that. That's again isco.k12start.com. Okay. The next thing you will find that shows up on your account is online learning. That will be the first course you have access to. You ask, what is that? Well, that's how you learn how to move smoothly and successfully from your traditional school to an online environment. It will you also meet the people, teachers, and counselors who will guide you through your online studies. It goes through how to submit your assignments, what you're graded on, the good old Dropbox. You'll hear about that. You'll really want to learn that tool, and that they explain this in the online learning course. I think they have a video, in fact. It's important to do that course because you want to know how you're graded. That Dropbox tool in all of your courses can be big grades. Like that could be your science lab that you have to turn in. You have to put it in the Dropbox. It could be your English paper that you have to put in the Dropbox. It could be your PE log. A lot of times everybody's like, wow, how do you do PE? PE, you have to log your exercise for the week and then upload it to the Dropbox or put it in the journal, okay? So make sure that when you see that course, you go through that. It's got some instructions on what to complete, the ABCs of orientation. It's also got some videos that you've probably, if you go to the K-12 Start, you probably have already seen some of those when you get to this course. There are some videos on students giving advice, like how they were successful and what helped them. So make sure you check that out. That will help you succeed in getting started. Okay. All right, so I want to show you, once you get your student account and all that good stuff, I want to kind of show you a little bit around the system. I think that really helps. Instead of showing you a slide, I'm going to go to an online course. This is a demo, so a lot of the stuff you won't see a whole lot of information like teacher contact and all that stuff. So but I just want to show you what, once you get your student account should look like this. It should be purple. Sometimes if we're trying to figure out if you're in the mentor student account, we'll ask you what it looks like. But this is the student account, okay? When you log in, it says your path begins here. Now this is a demo account. Look, it's got every course. So it's got a multitude of courses. You won't have that much, I promise. You have the course here, all right? You have day since last login, you have to do, and you have course average. The one thing that everybody gets a little confused about is when you say not available right here, a student will go, oh, well, I see that my music appreciation's not available. Disregard this right here. What it's doing is it should be right here, this field right here, not available, is trying to pull in days since last login. If it doesn't have that information or it can't get to the data information, it'll say not available. It has nothing to do with your class, guys. So just ignore that if you see not available, okay? You've got K-Mail right here. That is, and we'll go over a little bit more of what that is used for. But you could go to K-Mail right here. If I click on this, you will have your email/K-Mail that you will communicate with your teachers. Okay, you've got Class Connect here. This is your live sessions, guys. So if I click on here, it probably won't have a whole lot because remember this is a demo. But you will see when you click on that, you'll see what Class Connects you have for the day, right? You will have, if you go to weekly view, it should show up the week schedule. Again, since it's a demo, we can't see a whole lot. But what I would suggest is when you start getting your courses, you can go in here and look at the daily view and the weekly view and see what classes you have when. These are the live sessions, and for the first 9 weeks, they are required, okay? The other cool thing in this right here is a lot of times you'll go, I don't know who my teacher is. There's a couple ways that you can find that. But here is one of the ways. See this, contact my teachers and see office hours. Here is a great way to be able to see who your teachers are for what course. If I click on that, again, remember it's a demo, so it's not going to give you everything. But see how it says send K-Mail? So I can send a K-Mail to each of my teachers. So Maybe I see maybe I just got my class to fine arts, and I want to see what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to write a K-mail to that teacher. You could go into Class Connects. You could go in here. You could find the K-mail link, and then hit Send K-mail, and it'll pop up so you can actually write that teacher. Okay. All right, so then we have My Account. My Account will just give you information of your login, what address we have for you, just the simple stuff. Okay. K-12 College and Career Source, that is just a website that helps you kind of search maybe some ideas you have for a career, just an outside source. LMS is one of the ways you can get to your courses. You have a couple different ways you can get to your courses. So if you click on LMS, it will pop up into a view, probably not like this because you won't have all these courses, right? But it will pop into a view like this, and then you can go to your classes. Okay, that is one way you can get to your courses. My dashboard, I would suggest that you watch the video that's assigned in online learning, or I believe it's also in the K-12 Start. It will kind of teach you a little bit more about the dashboard. What it is it's a program that will tell you what you have due. If you're in a discussion in one of your classes, it will kind of give you a heads up on there's some activity and there's people talking in there, so it will also help with that. But that video will, I'm not going to go into great depth on that one, but go ahead and make sure you go to the K-12 Start and look that out. You can also get to your courses here. So say I want to go to my fine art course. If I click on here, it will go to this page. Okay. The silly thing is you can do it that way, or if you come into the student home, I think the sly thing here is, when you usually see a link, it's in blue and it's underlined. Well, these are links too. See how I get the little hand? So you can go to that same page that you got to here by clicking on that first page. Okay, so here you're going to see what's due, what's overdue, submitted, graded. Obviously we're not going to see anything here, so that's somewhat how you can track what's going on. You obviously want to go and do most of that in your classroom, because that will be the best and most updated information. It has attendance, how much your parent or mentor may have put in for your attendance. Progress, your course average to date. So in this course, this person is 95%, which is an A, so important to pay attention to. You can see your last login. Last login to this course was 8/19. And last login to the LMS, which is the Learning Management System, which is your actual course, is 8/17. So, so let me kind of, I probably made a little confusion there. Last login to K-12 is when you go into online.k12.com, or you log into your student page, and that's what that date is. This is a login to actual course. So someone logged into the actual course on 8/17. Okay, so you can use that to see how your progress is. Remember how we could do a K-mail from Class Connect? You can also do a K-mail to your teacher from here. So if I want to contact my fine arts teacher, I could go to the home page, click on that course again, and then go here. And then it will pop up and see how the teacher's right there. Okay. Then to actually go to the course, you're like, well, that's great, but how do I get to the course? This little button, this blue button, which can be a little deceiving because it's all the way out there on right field. Click on Access Course, and you will get popped into your online course. Cool, huh? So this is what your online course will look like. You will have a syllabus which will tell you a little bit about the course and what the expectations are. a calendar that will give you an overview of what assignments are due for the day. You've got your teacher contact information. You should see a picture of your teacher, how to call them, what their extension may be for the phone, their email address to get a hold of them. Okay. You've also got Class Connect over here. This should give you, and this is a demo account, so you're not going to have much there. That's why I'm not clicking on them. But Class Connect, you will see that they will post like, okay, math, I'm sorry, this is art class, right? Art class is every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and might give you the recordings for some of those sessions. To work through the course, you would click on, say, Unit 1. I'm sorry, let me go back. When you come in here, you should have an announcement every Monday that will tell you what you should work on. So that's where your instruction is. So you want to check the announcements in all of your courses when you get access to see where you should start. And then how you run through the course is you would click on that unit and see how you have different things to go through. So if I click on the semester introduction, oh, it looks like that is not available. See, these demo accounts, sometimes you don't get to see the everything on it. But you would go ahead and click on here and you would see the curriculum in this middle part. Okay. And if you go through the online learning course, that's a good place to practice and figure out what's going on. You've also got tools up here. You've got the gradebook, so you can click on here. Again, with this being a demo, I'm not sure how much we can see, but you can see that this class had a couple quizzes. It looks like they may have been excused from these because there's like it has not included in grade, so those were probably excused. You've got quizzes here. This kid got 2 out of 3 on this quiz. This quiz they got 20 out of 20. Okay, so that's your grade book. The doc sharing will be where your teachers put maybe information on their class. Maybe they are doing a trip to the museum and they want to put the field trip information in there. Maybe they are sending instructions for the art class on how to draw something. Whatever the case may be, it might be just be documents that they put in there. If you go to the online learning course, it'll have that information too. The Dropbox is really important. That is where you're going to turn in your big assignments, okay? So make sure that you go through that online learning course to learn all about the Dropbox. And then you've got journals. Journals usually are only used in PE, maybe health, maybe writing as well. So that's another tool. So again, make sure you go through that online learning course to learn more. But I just want to make sure that you kind of get an overview of what your landing page will look like and how to get to the courses. Again, you guys, I can't stress, if you say not available, don't worry about that, okay? All right, so let's get back to the slideshow. Here's another, please do not pay attention to that not available, just click on the link. All right, so we will go through a little bit on the requirements of Insight School of Colorado. Coursework, students need to complete or work in their courses every day. So that's about an hour a day in each course. So that's 4 hours. I'm sorry, that would be about 6 hours throughout the day, depending on what kind of learner you are. But we recommend an hour a day in each course because we want to make sure that you are going through the curriculum. Okay. We can't have you going in 5 minutes to Unit 1 and 5 minutes to Unit 2, and then here comes the big old test and you don't know anything, right? So you want to make sure that you're spending that time. Communication with your Insight staff is so important. You always need to make sure that you are responding to K-mails, answering, reaching out to them as well. It also works both ways. They might be contacting you to help you. But remember, we're in an online environment where they can't see if you need help. So it's very important that you communicate with your staff. We've got state mandated tests. All students must participate in the state mandated standardized tests. We've got CMAS for 7th, 8th, and 12th graders. The 12th graders will take that state testing in November. That is a requirement. Then we've got CMAS 7th and 8th grade, which is in April. And then we have, if you have been in Colorado, you know that we have had CSAP. It went to TCAP, and now it's PARCC. Okay, so PARCC, you will have to take 2 times a year if you're 6th through 11th. First PARCC is in March, and then the second one is the end of April or May. Okay, so those are our requirements of the school. You are also required to do Scantron Performance Series. That is 6th through 11th grade students, as well as all SPED students. I think this actually, please look out for communication. I think 12th graders also need to take this. I don't think this is correct. But you will get specific information letting you know if you need to take it. Study Island is custom assessments the first week of school, but you also participate in monthly assignments. Okay. All right, those are the big requirements of the school. We went over coursework and how to access your course. Again, don't forget that blue little button to get to your course. Also, don't forget this right here on how to contact your teacher. Communication and KML, we kind of went over, I showed you a little bit about that. You will find when you get access to your school, if you don't already, go and check out KML. If you are a new student, the teachers will be contacting you and say, hey, I see that you just got into my class. This is where you'll need to start. So they're going to be communicating to you there, okay? And again, part of the online learning course, it kind of directs you to the K-12 Start videos that explain KML a little bit more. So if you're going through that course and checking out that site, you will even know more information on this great tool. All right, Class Connect and office hours. It is expected that all students attend the live sessions, especially for the first 9 weeks. We want to make sure that you as a new student are very successful in the online school. It's also important to be able to connect with your teacher and your classmates. These live sessions are very important. If you have something that comes out on your schedule, you want to reach out to your teacher. Sometimes we have dance class and we can't make that class connect. There will be recorded sessions, but you really need to work with your teacher. Okay, this is direct instruction in a live environment on course material for that week. The great thing is maybe they will go through a quiz. Maybe they'll go through a quiz with you and you can actually get credit for that. Sometimes they'll give extra credit. So it's a great way to get help and to help you understand some of the stuff that's going on in the course. There will also be help sessions with your teacher or office hours that you can take that opportunity to have one-on-one instruction with the teacher. So that's very important, and that's part of the communication piece. CMAS and PARCC, these again are the state mandated tests required by the state of Colorado. It is designed to measure how well the students are learning materials. We have certain materials that the teachers have to teach, to make sure that you're learning and that you're at your grade level, and that kind of does that measurement. Okay. Scantron, all 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, I believe it is 12th. It is 12th. We'll do the Scantron reading. You would go to the edperformance.com, put in your student ID and your site ID. Again, you guys will get information about this in your email specifically from our testing coordinator. When you get your account set up and then when you get your courses, you still have a little time for your information to get into this program. So don't feel like, oh, I can't get into it, and it might take a little bit. So you'll get instructions on when you can take that. But while you're waiting for your courses, I think it's 48 hours after your approval, then you'll be able to get into that, okay? Here's what that site ID looks like, and you have to have your student ID. The way you can get your student ID is, guess what? Pop into that online learning course, and on the left-hand side, it has how to get my student ID. Okay, You'll also get directions from the testing coordinator, if not your student ID. So you will get that information. So just want to make sure that you're aware of it. Study Island, students need to complete a custom assessment. I think there's only reading for 9th through 12th, and there's math and reading for 6th, 7th, and 8th. You'll have a monthly assignments as well. The thing you can earn blue ribbons and passports, and they use some games in there too, to go through some of the curriculum and make sure that you know some of that information. They try to make it a fun environment, you guys, so make sure that you are paying attention to those instructions when those come out. Attendance. This is a big one, you guys. Just because we're an online school does not mean that we don't have to follow the Colorado rules, right? So attendance is required of all Colorado public schools, including virtual programs. Truancy is defined for Academy students as not participating in your assignments, your lessons as prescribed. So if you're not completing those weekly assignments from your teacher, or communication, or just logging in, right? That's the easy one. Learning coaches are responsible for entering attendance. This needs to be taken out of here. We do not have the learning coaches responsible for attendance. I apologize. So make sure that you are going to school, because if you're not going to school and you're not doing lessons, then you can be considered truant. We have a very rigorous attendance policy too, that if we have communicated with you and you're not logging in, then we will withdraw you. So make sure that you are attending so that doesn't happen. What if I'm sick? There's going to be times that you're sick, we understand, even though we want you to be working in your courses every day. You might get sick from time to time. Just let someone know. Reach out to your teachers or your counselor, call your counselor, email your counselor, just let them know. That's super important so that we can help you. Sometimes that sickness, like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's just one day. What if it turns into 4 and then you need help because you're so behind in school? So the sooner you reach out when you're sick, the better. Vacation, make sure you check the Insight calendar. You will have a link to the Insight calendar in the online learning course. Make sure you check that. Is your vacation planned at a time that is not break? If yes, make sure that your mentor contacts the counselor or your teachers to make sure you have a 2-week, to contact them 2 weeks before the date. I will tell you that if you get behind in online school, it's super hard to get caught up. So we suggest that you work ahead if you're going on vacation. There's nothing like, having this nice vacation on the beach or at Disneyland and having all kinds of fun, and then come back and you're so behind and you don't know what to do, right? So we don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that you try to work ahead in your classes before you leave, okay? And you'll have to work with your teachers on that. Oh no, there are unexpected situations. We understand that. There's a family emergency, there's deaths, there's hospitalization. Communicate again with your counselor or advisor immediately so they can help you. We do have attendance policies, as we kind of discussed, but you also maybe you broke your arm and you're going to be in a cast. Maybe that's your writing hand or your typing hand. They can help you work with the teachers with that. Maybe they will excuse some of the assignments if you had a death in the family and things are really tough, and obviously they won't excuse like the huge assignments, right? But they can help you with the little ones to make that a little easier. So make sure you communicate that too. Again, communication is so important in our school. All right, who do you go to? All right, so if you have teachers, and you're gonna have lots of teachers and a counselor. Okay, so I want to make sure that you guys kind of see who do you go to for what. If you have class content questions, if you have questions about the class, if you have questions on your graded work, anything in the classroom, right? You'll want to go to your teacher. If you have a question about a math equation, I don't think you want to go to your counselor, right? So make sure that you're going to them for that. Late policies, you have till Sunday to turn in your work. If you don't, then you get zeros for that assignment. Any late policies or unique circumstances, you'll need to work with that teacher directly. Okay, guys? The counselors do a whole lot of everything. They do academic, they do personal, they do social, they do college and career. So they do, for academic, they do time management, study strategies, goal setting. Credit checks is a big one. If you're in high school, we want to make sure that you have the credits to graduate. They do personal and social. So maybe you're struggling a little bit of what's going on with home, or maybe you just had a death in the family. They will help you with that. If you've had harassment issues in the past, maybe just being able to talk to someone about it. Conflict resolution. If you have, say that you're really frustrated with your math teacher and you've tried to get a hold of them and you need help getting what you need, then the counselor would be the one to go to, so they can help you fix that, right? College and career, they will help you explore post-secondary options, things that you want to do after high school. Financing your future, student loans help you with that. Workplace expectations, resume writing, college fairs, job fairs. They do a little bit of everything, right? So that is what your counselor will take care of. If you are a high schooler, this is what the credits look like. The counselors, when they start their sessions, they will go a little bit more over this, but just want to make sure that you know what's required. For high school, each course, each semester, you get 0.5 for that course. So if you have a English 1A and 1B the second semester, that will earn you 1 credit as long as you get to that 60% or higher, okay? So that will be, you'll get into more detail with your counselors, okay? All right, so I think that is the big part of it. How do you contact your staff? You will have a telephone number, the 303-728-6200, and then a staff extension number that you should be able to get a hold of your teacher, your counselor. Remember when we went to the class and it says teacher contact information? There they should have their extensions for you, okay? K-Mail, we went over that. They also, some of your teachers in that teacher contact information will give you information on how to instant message them. Maybe Skype, maybe AOL, maybe Yahoo Talk or Google Talk. So those are all the ways that you can contact. The other thing, that if you run into technical difficulties, you can go to help.k12.com. This is a super helpful site. It's funny when I get an email from a student and they want some help with something, I go to this site. This is like my go-to site as well for quick answers. So go there if you have questions. Maybe it's about your browser. Maybe you want to know if maybe you can't get into school. This is a great site. This first part up here will tell you, hey, there's an outage in the school. So don't worry, it's not you, it's us, okay? So you'll find all kinds of good information at this site. The other thing a lot of students will ask is, can I do school on my mobile device or my iPad or my iPhone or my Kindle? Unfortunately, many portable devices do not support the Adobe Flash player. If you have an iPad or an iPhone or an iPod, you probably know that a little bit more. And so the software product required to run online schools may not be there. These devices may include the iPad, the iPhone, the Kindles, the e-readers, the newer Android phones. So you won't be able to do, chances are you won't be able to do online school. There are programs. I think Photon is a browser that you can get for at least an iPad. I'm sure you can get it for some of the other devices. So if you can find a browser that has Adobe Flash outside of the blocks that iPhones and all of that have on it, you might be able to do school, but I wouldn't count on it, you guys. You probably need to use your regular computer. Okay, iPads and Class Connects. Blackboard Collaborate will not be available on mobile devices for this school year, so they're looking into that, but again, it's going to have to be from a regular computer. Okay. All right, so question and answer time. Obviously, this is not a live session where you can ask questions, but if you still have questions and would like additional help, don't forget to stop by the help desk. In this email, you'll have times and link to those sessions that we're offering. We also make sure that you check for your official start date of your courses. We have 2 different start dates coming up, and I'm not going to give you them in this email. Make sure you, in this presentation, make sure you look in your email for your official start date when you'll be able to see all of your courses. You should be able to see online learning first, so make sure you get in there and check that out and click around and figure things out. You're not going to break it, so go ahead and use that course as the course that you go through first and learn all that you need to know. All right, well, thank you for listening. Hopefully we will see you in an online session soon, or a help session. Welcome to Insight School of Colorado.